think the community from the beginning was really palpable. You could really reach out and touch it because we were strangers, and everyone that came up to speak to us was so friendly. We went there a few times actually for the launch. And then when we got to the church, you ever walked into a place where you feel like everyone's a friend? I felt that every single time at Awaken. We needed community. And like, we hadn't been to church, what was it, like a year already? Because of the pandemic? It was like maybe 8 or 9 months without church. And it was really tough to be going through something and not have church. And so we saw the flags for Awaken, or I saw the flags, and I remember stepping back and realizing you guys were so close to home. It was just stepping back into the church and having the weirdest feeling like you had never stepped away from it after 2 years of not seeing the same people.
Yeah, like several people that first week back, and it was actually Awaken's first week meeting where we meet now at Old Settlers. So it was kind of their first week back too. But we walked in and there were so many people after almost a year and a half, as we walked in the door, like welcomed us by name.
Yes.
Like, hey, how have you guys been? And you know, like it was literally like we had been members there the whole time. And you know, I couldn't believe like after a year and a half, these people still remembered who we were even.
It's like strangers walking in as friends is the only way I could describe it, because remember, we hadn't been to church for months and months, and we were fellowshipping still. We were still watching church online and everything, but walking into a space after, you know, a pandemic, dealing with helping my dad come from California to Texas, and dealing with all of that, living in a campgrounds in California, and then imagine yourself walking in as a friend somewhere. It was probably it was very impactful for me to walk into that space and feel that.
Without community, you don't have anyone around you that you can count on to keep you going when your faith is at a low point. And maybe even more importantly, you don't have anyone around who's counting on you to keep you going when your faith is at a low point. And that, you know, like I touched on earlier, has been the most important thing recently with me is, you know, the group of guys in the men's group, just knowing that I've got to show up for them because I know they're going through things in their life as well. And, you know, some of them have been going through really hard things in their lives, and they need me to show up, even if it's just to show up and be there and be a face there to show them support, has kept me going in my faith.